communal violence continues to exert a heavy toll on civilians. According to the United Nations Mission in South Sudan, between July and September 2024, the UN Peacekeeping Mission's Human Rights Division documented 206 incidents affecting 792 civilians. Among these, 299 were killed, 310 were injured, 151 were abducted, and 32 were subjected to conflict-related sexual violence. The Center for Peace and Advocacy Executive Director Ter Manyang said he is deeply concerned about the Artigonu's silence, as if nothing is happening in the country. Manyang said such actions undermine public confidence in the government, leading citizens to feel as though there is no one to protect them. Ter voiced his concern on record and in a written statement sent by iRadio yesterday. The chairperson of Persons with Visual Impairment is encouraging persons with disabilities to participate in civic processes to promote inclusion of the group ahead of the next year elections. Mawood Louis, who is one of the visually impaired persons, called upon his associates to engage in making changes by active involvement in policy shaping. While emphasizing on the importance of their participation in policy making, Mawood called upon the public to recognize the fundamental rights of persons with disabilities. He urged the government and partners to quickly implement the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. He made the remarks while commemorating the World Braille Day celebrated 2 days ago at the Physical Rehabilitation Conference Center in Juba. For his part, Yona Sabri, a visually impaired youth advocate, asked that the voice of persons with disabilities be included in the permanent constitution making process and appeals for consideration of the affirmative action. This is iRadio Morning News. And now to the international scene. Port authorities in Ivory Coast have dismissed safety fears about a moored boat loaded with 20,000 tons of ammonium nitrate, which is the same compound that caused a catastrophic blast in Lebanon 4 years ago. Ammonium nitrate is commonly used as an agricultural fertilizer, but is also potentially explosive. Its presence in the waters of the busy city of Abidjan, home to more than 6 million people, has caused alarm among some residents. Part of this same cargo, which began its journey in Russia, ended up being dumped off the coast of England last year after it became contaminated by fuel oil following a rough sea voyage. A local MP in the county of Norfolk said that dam was environmental terrorism. The remaining ammonium nitrate was then transferred to another ship called the Zimrada, which reached Ivory Coast 8 days ago. United States Los Angeles has declared a state of emergency as a wildfire exploded from 10 acres to more than 2,900 acres in mere hours on Tuesday. Fire Chief Christine Crowley said more than 30,000 people are under evacuation orders and 13,000 buildings under threat. Footage shows houses on fire in the Pacific Palisades area and residents abandoning their cars to flee the flames. Millions of people in California are under a red flag warning, meaning there is an extreme fire danger. This is iRadio Morning News. And to end this bulletin, here is the recap of the headlines. The Ministry of Interior has cancelled the order by the Director of Traffic Police reducing the driver's license validity period from 5 years to only 1 year for nationals and 6 months for foreigners. A civil society organization is urging President Salva Kiir to address the nation regarding the recent UNMISS report titled "Communal Violence Continues to Exert a Heavy Toll on Civilians." And the chairperson of Persons with Visual Impairment is encouraging persons with disabilities to participate in civic processes to promote